Hello, everybody. I just happened to have a little free time here, and I thought I would jump on real quick and just kind of give a minor update. There's nothing major to report, but it's always good to, everybody always wants to know, so it's always good to, jump on here and there and update you. But the major news on Duke, I'll start with Duke. We had him to the vet um, Thursday. We took him to the vet because he's been having more problems with his coughing and still, and his uh, his bone cancer, of course. Um, we actually, honestly, we expected to come home, um, having to put him down, and so we got some good news, but some bad news uh, from the visit. The good news is that the vet said that she wouldn't wouldn't put him down just yet. Um, he's even though he's limping pretty good, um, he he's still getting around. He's not, he hasn't stopped eating. He doesn't stand there with his paw up in the air or all the time or anything. She said as long as he's still going like that, she said she wouldn't worry about it. Um, at this point, she said what we're basically doing is hospice care for him, just trying to keep him as comfortable as he can, let him live out the rest of his life and enjoy it as much as we can. Um, the X-rays did show a major difference in his bone, um, compared to what it was the last time he was X-rayed. Um, Here, this is one of the X-rays. There, you can see on the it's his right shoulder. That one doesn't show it as well, but if you look at the thing, his shoulder looks like, I think the vet described it as cottage cheese. This was his one of his first ones back in May. You can just see the bone consistency is compared to what this one is, the normal one. Uh, it's pretty bad, but he's still getting around. He's limping worse than he was, but he doesn't sit still either. He won't. He's a stubborn old dog. He just keeps going. Um, you know, Living life being Duke. So the good thing is we didn't have to put him down just yet. Um, he comes up now and wants some loving, but it's going to happen before too long. So I mean, it is what it is. At least he got to live out um, the last few months of his life and being happy. You know, um, the latest with me is I had I don't remember if I don't think I mentioned um, the last time with the doctor or the oncologist office. I had gone in there for a follow up, and she wanted to know. I actually seen a nurse practitioner this time, but she wanted to know how everything was going and how um, how I did with the chemo. Um, and I had told her, she asked if I had any side effects. I told her that, I did great. I was just run down, just tired. Um, hey, TJ, Rhonda. Um, Now my mom's coming in. Um, oh, you got dinner?
Turkey, gravy, and mashed potatoes all separate.
All right. So anyway, I went over the, the basically I was feeling okay for the first 2 days, 3 days. Um, I was just run down and tired, but what? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Um, but it was Thursday night when it really hit me, um, with the violent diarrhea and uh, just kicked my ass. Um, my mom was over earlier, and she said that she had a turkey breast in the oven and asked me if I wanted some. And who am I to turn down turkey? You know, just one less meal I have to cook. So it's turkey breast and mashed potatoes. But anyway, Thursday night was really bad. It was late in the night. I think I mentioned it in the last one, if I'm not mistaken, that I had to call. I almost called Beth to come home from work. But Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were pretty rough. Um, Fortunately, I didn't get didn't have the puking and the all that. It was mainly just rundown diarrhea was probably the worst, and losing my taste. Um, that was really bad because nothing tasted correctly. Um, Everything was tasted so different. The texture was so different. Um, and then I got to the point where I was like, all right, I found some things that I think I can eat. Seems okay. I'll just go to Kroger on the way home from the doctor. I'll stop. I'll get some more things like that. Chicken, that type of thing. And peanuts had tasted okay, so I thought, well, I'll get some peanut protein bars or something because I have to get my protein up. I brought it all home. I spent $100, brought it all home. The next day, I went to eat something, and it tasted like I was eating bleach. And I was like, oh, come on. And I don't think there was any of that stuff that I bought that I really could eat, other than the Colby Jack cheese slices. Um, Colby Jack tasted okay. The American slices, I couldn't do them. My ham wraps I made, I couldn't do it. Uh, Cheddar cheese, couldn't do it. Just Colby Jack. It was really weird, but so I still have some things that I can eat. Chicken nuggets and that seem to be okay. Um, just one of them things, but the taste seems to be coming back. The downside is, I don't know if it was I think it was yesterday in the morning. When I got in the shower, I had went to grab the washcloth, and I'm looking at my hand and I'm thinking, what the hell is on my hand? And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking there's stringy. There's something. Um, and I didn't know what it was. Um, so today I found out it's my hair. You grab my beard. I'm losing it. My I can't really see on the camera, but if I look in the mirror, you can see it's thinning. So I'm gonna be a baldy soon, I think. Beth and I were talking. We probably should cut my hair because I usually cut my hair like the top part. I think I go a half inch, and then the beard. I think I go a half inch and a quarter around the mustache and that. Um, just so if we do start losing it, it's not as much, not as big of a deal. It's shorter and easier. I don't think it's going to wait to get cut. it's coming out. So, I found that out just a little while ago because I just got out of the shower about 45 minutes ago. But hey, it's part of it, I guess. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. So anyway, the deal with the oncologist, one of the side effects I mentioned was stinging when I peed. And she said that's not part of the chemo. Um, Hey, Chris. Yeah, I'm doing good. In fact, I'll be going to work tomorrow. Um, so I originally took just the 1 week off. I took the second week off because I had the oncologist, I had the surgeon appointment, my PCP appointment. I had all these appointments during the day, and I was still really run down. And I thought it's going to be hard for me to do all this working midnights, and I'll fall asleep, and I don't want him to lose the contract over me falling asleep or anything. So I ended up with second week off, but I'll be going to work tomorrow. Then the following week I'll have chemo again, so I'll be back off again. But um, she did a urine test when I was there to see what was going on. She wrote me a prescription for a generic UTI thing. Said don't take it yet. We want to get the results back. Blah blah blah. And then the following day, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna make an appointment with my primary, just in case. If it is a UTI or isn't a UTI, just whatever. That's because TJ, you're on YouTube. Everybody else is on Facebook. If you look at the little icon where next to your name, it's got the little Facebook icon. If you look at like Ron does, it's got the Facebook. It's going to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Hello. So anyway, long story short, I never heard from the oncologist office, which I really wasn't all that worried about it because I was going to my primary. He called and had his girls call the office there and had them fax over the results. He told me that if they fax them quickly, he says, if you want, you can wait in the waiting room and for a little while, or I'll just call you, whichever. I told him I didn't mind waiting a few minutes if I needed to, but hell, we didn't even exit the room and they already had the results faxed over and printed and handed it to him. He looked at it. He said it's not a UTI. Basically boils down to just being dehydrated, acidic urine. So that was a plus. I never did have to take the medication. I was a little upset that they didn't get back with me, but I with that whole office, I just never know anyway. So I didn't expect anything. They'll probably go over it with me when I'm there, and I just tell them that they can just skip it because I don't need to hear it. When I go in, I think I see him Thursday, the oncologist Thursday, preparing for my chemo on Monday. So my primary, he's been great. I had gone to Costco the other day and I needed to get Duke's new meds. She put him on a I don't know, some dual med. It helps. It's supposed to help with the cough and supposed to help with the kind of calm him down a little bit. Although it hasn't really done much of that. He's still on the go. Hoping that maybe he would be a little more relaxed, but Kroger didn't have it. When I looked on the Kroger savings prescription savings thing, it was cheap, but they can't get it. So I looked around, and I think Meijer was $70 for a 2-week supply, and Costco was $52. So I thought, well, I'm going to Costco. Took an hour. I just walked around, did some shopping. But on the way home, my phone rings, It was my primary care physician, my Dr. Bell called, and he told me that he called me directly, not the one of the ladies, and went over the what he had gone through, and he said that he wanted me to, because of the trace of blood in my urine, whatever it could have been wasn't. It was my INR. He wanted check my INR because I had just bridged not long before from Coumadin, off Coumadin, back on Coumadin, and with the Lovenox, and he said there's a chance that my INR was really high. I think it was 6.2 or 6.5, and it's supposed to be between 2 and 3. It was really, really thin. He said, check it, and we'll see how normal it is, and call me with the results. Don't wait for them to contact me. Usually I enter it online, and they call them. And so he was calling to go over it. He said, it can't be that. He said, so what I want you to do, he said, I'm going to have you schedule an ultrasound to make sure it's not kidney stones, and discuss, what it could be, how, what I needed to do. By the time I got home, I already had a thing from ProMedica saying, they received it, and to schedule a text saying I could schedule it, and I did. The downside is that it was either wait, a couple weeks because of the chemo, and if it is kidney stones, it's only going to get worse. And the worse it gets, the worse it's going to be on me later. And the earliest I could do it was the day of chemo. So it's going to be a little rough. I'm going to have chemo in the morning and the ultrasound in the afternoon, but at least I'll get it squared away. Not looking forward to it, but like last week, I was fine the first 2 days. It was just Thursday when it all hit me bad. So we'll see if it's stones or something else. I haven't had any pain, so if it is stones, I don't feel it yet. But the cough medicine, that the Duke's Meds, that's what reminded me. If you look at this X-ray here, right by his shoulder, you can see his trachea is collapsed. That's what's causing the coughing on him. I don't remember. Yeah, this one shows it even better. By his shoulders, it comes, it's good and open, then it's collapsed right there, and then it's open toward later on. So that's what's causing his coughing. Not much else other than that. I'm feeling okay. In fact, yesterday, I had mentioned to Justice a while back that I was in on the event that we had, and McDonald's had a thing for first responders that they were doing, meet and greet with first responders, I think they called it. They had Frenchtown Fire was going to be there. Sheriff had the dive team there. A sheriff car was there. The mounted division was there. Trying to think, I think that's it. But it allowed the public to come out and meet them, and see the equipment and that. It was 10 to 2. There's the flyer for it, So we were invited, and I had told him I was in, and he was like, well, I wouldn't push it. He said, with chemo, blah, blah, blah. But I felt okay. So I told him I'll be there. I'll be there quarter till when you guys leave. I'll have the truck and we'll go. So I followed them there. But so here's a picture of us at the event yesterday. Me, Angie, and Michelle. Michelle's on the left, Angie, and then me. At the back of the truck, they just told us to pull straight in and set the table up. We're back behind McDonald's on Dixie Highway. There, you can see the drive-through. Our truck right there at the table. In the corner there, you can see a little bit of the horse. I never did get pictures of the mounted division. They moved them back there because the one was having problems with the slick pavement. There's a side view with the truck open, and then the dive team and our engine back there for Frenchtown Fire. And then there's their Alpha unit next to our truck. So we did that. It was fun. Came home. I had brought they were trying to give us food all day, and I can't eat that often anyway. I can't have anything carbonated, so I couldn't really drink. I did drink some water, bottled water. I had 2 bottles of water while I was there. Come home with chicken nuggets to this. Trying to go through some boxes and for Parafest stuff, and 2 dogs sitting there saying, "Okay, where's my chicken nuggets?" So anyway, I haven't changed anything. I'm still doing what I can. The chief was there. She laughed. She says, "Tim, I didn't expect you to be doing anything." She said, "I expected you to be home." She thanked me for everything I do. And she said she's not only surprised that I'm still participating, that I'm up walking around and not, sitting in a chair, and, I'm mingling with, with people, explaining what we do, how we do it, taking, the kids, letting them go through the truck. And she said, I was more shocked when I seen you. She said, mentioned to them, and, she was just surprised that my color was good, but, yeah, thank you, Dale. I'm doing good. I think I got lucky with it so far. If what I had is so far is the way it's going to go for me, I'm fine with that. Get rid of this cancer and go on. I'll be good. Hey, Julie. I know I do. Unfortunately, Duke isn't going to. There's nothing we can do for him. It is what it is. He's so stubborn. He's like me. He's not ready to give up. And I've lived I don't even know how many years with my knee so screwed up. And I just get used to the pain, and you deal with it every day. Some days it's worse than others. Some days, it is what it is, and you just go on with life. Or, you got 2 options. You can just give up or keep going. And I'm not giving up. With Duke, it's going to be different because the bone cancer is getting worse. I don't know if you were around, Julie, for the when I showed the x-rays, but it's definitely gotten worse. Basically, the vet's given him increased his first pain med. I didn't mention that before. She increased his first pain med that he was on. He was on 2 originally. She increased the one that he takes twice a day to 1.5 pills instead of 1, and then gave him a new one. So basically, it's just she called it hospice care. We're just trying to make him comfortable as we can and let him live out, life as while he's still getting around. And even if he's limping, when he starts to show signs where he can't walk or doesn't eat or drink, she said then it's time. But we gave him a good life for the remainder of his life. So I'm good with that. I don't regret it. They've both been good dogs. So that's all you can ask for, right? So anyway, I'm going to close out. I'm doing good. Um, yeah, we do. The vet told us, it's one thing to spoil him, but there needs to be in her notes that she sent. There needs to be a few less treats. I don't think that'll happen. He at this point, yeah, when we got him, I think he was like 35, 36 pounds. He got down to, I think it was around 30 pounds. So he did, they kept saying at the thing, at the shelter, he needed to lose some weight, needed to be on a diet. And we really didn't, they said to measure his food and everything, and we never did. He didn't eat a lot. Uh, so we weren't worried about it. We wanted to see how things went. We thought looked like he was losing weight. So when he went back to the vet, he had lost weight. So we never changed anything, didn't limit him on anything. But I don't think it's so much the treats that he put the 7 pounds back on. I think it was more the 2 months of coming home and seeing them sad eyes and getting out the ice cream or stopping on the way home for some pup cups. I think that's more what caused it. But hey, we'll spoil them. You guys, everybody knows how I am with pot of grass for pooches. And in fact, if it wasn't for pot of grass for pooches and Murray and that story, those of you in the paranormal will know that story. And Tim Miley's, dog, little boy, Murray. I if it wasn't for hearing Murray's story and everything else, I don't think I would have adopted from a shelter. We've always just gotten, our dogs from friends or just look for a puppy if we wanted a new puppy. But we were adamant that this time we were donating. Done enough of that. Adopting from a shelter. So, they both have Murray to thank for that one. So that's a good thing. But anyway, I'm going to jump off of here. I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm still feeling okay. I got a couple of cards in the mail of, some messages, texts, and that type of thing. I appreciate it all. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, when I just showed it a little while ago, pulling my hair out, I'm definitely losing my hair. So I may look drastically different the next time anybody sees me, but it is what it is, right? Yeah. Yeah, I wish I don't have a picture of it. I have some on my phone somewhere, but it's going to take me a while to find it. We Duke's we call it Duke's Badonka Duke. His butt cheeks on his back, but they're great. You gotta love them. So anyway, I'm doing good. Still tired, run down a little bit, sleeping more than I usually do at night. I'm not dehydrated anymore like I had been. I didn't realize I was, but apparently I was. Of course, with the diarrhea, that comes with it. So, um, it's I think this week will be even better. My taste seems to be coming back. Some of the things that didn't taste so well are starting to taste a little bit different. One of the things at McDonald's yesterday when they were asking about food, I told her, I said, I really don't know. I said, I hate to have you bring something out that I can't eat. And she said, well, do you have dietary restrictions? I said, yeah, but that's not it. I said, I'm on chemo and nothing has been tasting right. And I haven't had McDonald's breakfast since I was on chemo. There are some things that I like, but even those I can't eat at all because of, since the surgery. So she said, well, whatever you want. She said, I'll bring it out. If you can eat it, great. If not, so I said, well, just bring me a sausage and cheese. She said, no egg. I said, no, I don't, no egg, just sausage and cheese muffin. And I actually tasted it. The sausage tasted good. The muffin tasted good. The cheese was a little bit different. But later on that day, she brought out just before we were leaving, she brought me chicken nuggets, and I could taste those. So it's starting to come back. Texture still feels a little weird sometimes, but at least some of the foods that I couldn't eat, I can start eating again. But next week when I have chemo, it's going to start all over again. So it's going to be rough trying to find foods to eat again. At least now I kind of got a little bit of an idea if it goes the same way anyway. But as time's gone by, I've gotten a little more energy, and like I mentioned before, we did. I went to the Frenchtown Fire. Was at the fair. I think it was a week ago Wednesday. I don't remember. All the days blur anyway. And we had gone with them, and I basically, it was just sitting, more of a recruiting thing, under the tent, so that one wasn't too rough. Yesterday I was on my feet a little more, trying to exercise, trying to stay with it. The one good thing about this cancer thing is my weight had kind of plateaued, where I was staying. It was almost, it seemed like every scale I got on was the same weight, same number, and it just never moved. But it did with the cancer. This chemo's has made it, I don't remember what it was, 13, 14 pounds, something like that. I can't remember. I never keep track of the number usually anyway, but I just know that it had been staying steady. So that's one good thing. At least that's gone. But anyway, I'm doing good. Still vertical. Still as ornery as ever. Still giving everybody hell like I always did and always will. I do go see the oncologist on Thursday. I got to get some blood work done before that. Yeah, somebody's riding by and the dogs are going nuts. But other than that, chemo Monday, not tomorrow Monday, but a week from tomorrow. And then we'll start it all over again. So I'm going to jump out of here. I appreciate all the prayers, the well wishes, and everything from everybody. And, the cards and text, whatever. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing and kicking cancer's ass, and be, it's going to be a while before I'm done with it, but going to get through it. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. And if I have anything major, I'll jump on or something, but I can't see anything coming up for a little while. I can't see the oncologist saying anything that's breaking news, or I think it'll be probably after my chemo treatment before anything starts to change again, other than continuing to get better, of course. I'm going back to work tomorrow, and that's it. So thank you.